This is one of sport's great proving grounds, a gateway to glory where heroes are made. 26 tournaments across 15 countries over 2 continents. It's an 8-month campaign to determine the very brightest prospects in golf. Finish the season in the top 20 on the Road to Majorca rankings and you'll secure a golden ticket to join Europe's best. That is the dream shared by all who compete on the Challenge Tour.
And this campaign hasn't been short of drama. Our journey has taken us worldwide as we've had 17 different winners so far, each with their own story. And now, as we approach the final third on the Road to Majorca, the tension for those elusive spots on the European Tour is palpable. So let's see how the rankings are shaping up. The critical 20th spot now rests in the possession of Frenchman Felix Maury. 2 top 10s for Yannick Paul jumps him up 6 places. His countryman Marcel Siem is sitting right in the middle. As we move into the business end, it's Ewan Ferguson in 4th. One ahead, the BNL Challenge Trophy winner Alfred Garcia Heredia. 2-time winner this season Ricardo Gavea is 2nd, and still at the top, our other 2-time winner, Spain's Santiago Tario.
And Germany is our next stop, as the Challenge Tour makes a welcome return to the country for the first time since 2015. Basing ourselves this week just outside the city of Munich. With a brand new event, the Big Green Egg German Challenge, powered by VCG at Fittlesbacker Golf Club. It's a stunning venue, transformed in 1986 by Dutch golf course architect Joan Dudok van Heel into one of the most picturesque sporting arenas in all of Germany. Narrow fairways, 200-year-old oak trees, and an imposing clubhouse ensure a stern test awaits the golfers competing this week.
Chief among those to tee it up at Wittelsbacher Golf Club is Road to Majorca #1 Santiago Tario. The Spaniard leads the way after his 2 wins and 5 further top 10 finishes thus far. The 30-year-old is trying to keep his focus on not letting Ricardo Gavea overtake him.
For me, it's important to finish on the top on the Challenge Tour ranking. It's very important because I finished in the top on the Alps Tour and the Spanish ranking, and it's another step for me. No, Ricardo is a very good player. He has a lot of experience in the main tour and here. It's difficult win to Ricardo, but I need to try. It's a good fight.
While the home crowd will wish both Santiago and Ricardo well, a large contingent will be rooting for Yannick Paul. With consecutive top 10 finishes in his last 2 outings, he's a man in form too. If he were to achieve promotion to the European Tour this year, he'd join a long list of German graduates, not least a certain Martin Keimer.
I've played great the last couple of weeks. I feel the game has been feeling good, throughout the season. I got invites at the beginning of the season, and to kind of have a chance now to secure my European Tour card, that was obviously the goal, and I feel like I'm kind of getting close to that now. So looking forward to play well here the next few weeks and kind of close it as soon as possible. Yeah, obviously still trying to get my first win out here, so maybe to get it this week, that would obviously be extra special to have, my family here and my grandma and stuff, so that would make it extra special, and hopefully it's my week.
The crowds may have come for Yannick, but as proceedings unfolded, they would end up rooting for his compatriot, Matthias Schmidt. The 2019 and 2020 European Amateur Champion and 2021 silver medal winner was in imperious form over the opening 3 days. Come Saturday evening, he would find himself in a tie for 3rd at 8 under par. Only 2 men had fared better. Spain's Angel Hidalgo still riding high after a 3rd place finish 3 weeks ago in Denmark.
And Austria's Lucas Nemes, the 32-year-old who's currently 23rd in the Road to Majorca rankings. A good result here would push him up into those automatic promotion places. And it is he who sits alone through 54 holes at 10 under par. Garcia Heredia and Henny du Plessis make up the trio 2 shots back at 8 under. And 19 players within just 6 shots. The final day here in Germany looks to be a real feast.
Talking of which, the Germans sure do know how to put on a decent spread, and it's quite a setup for the attending crowds this week. With that in mind, we seized the opportunity to invite a few of our players to a bit of a cook-off.
James, Jacques, welcome to Germany. Welcome to the German Challenge. And we thought, what better way to kick this off than to have a little grill out, test your bratwurst skills. Eager to see what you got going. And don't poison me. And that's basically all I ask for. James, you're first off. Are you a culinary expert?
My culinary arts wouldn't be the greatest, but
Okay.
here we are, and I'll give it a shot.
We'll judge that later, huh?
Lovely.
So do you do much grilling at home?
Obviously, in Ireland, the weather
Isn't quite as good.
exactly great grilling weather, but we do a little bit.
You've got some tough competition here, you know.
I said it's not really fair putting up against a South African, but
Should have got another European in there, maybe, I think.
If you pay me right, I'll say that yours is better, huh?
It looks pretty good.
so far so good. Just got a few seconds just to have it nice and crispy for him. I know that's the way he likes it.
Is it?
Might give you just a little bit more sauce.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not allowed to. Okay, here we go. This is the big moment. It's cooked very well. This is well done. Can't do much better than this, man. Good job. Very nice.
Thank you, Early. Thank you.
2 points for Gryffindor. Nice, dude. Well done. Jacques, your turn.
Alrighty.
The bar's been set high, and I'm not saying that to make people happy here. It's actually very good. Wow. Give another bite here.
Good man.
I will say he's cutting the roll a bit different to I did,
I
but
think he's trying to get an
yeah,
advantage here.
more hot dog kind of.
See, you know, it's all about presentation, isn't it?
It is. You know what? I agree with you there. Yeah. Jacques, what are we looking like?
I think that's me. That's me done.
Meat is very similar to James. I will say James's cutting technique was better. It's kind of hard for me to get at here. Especially, I had my teeth done in January, so I don't want to break them off. You know what? Let's get this back in.
It's tight.
I'm gonna just give it to South Africa.
Oh, that's fair.
You know, I'm
That's
sorry,
fair.
brother.
No.
You did a very good job.
Cheers, Jack.
Thank you,
well done.
Thank
Well
you,
played.
Thank
well
you
played.
very much.
Good job, man.
Appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Thanks, brother.
Well, hopefully having filled a hunger hole, it's back to the 18 holes at Fittlesbacker Golf Club, where on Sunday morning, Lucas Nemec held a one-shot lead at 10 under par, and that maiden Challenge Tour title looming on the horizon.
Yet it was a slow start for the Austrian. A front nine of 1 over par, not what he had planned. His playing partner, Angel Hidalgo, was moving in the other direction, however. 3 birdies in his opening 4 holes immediately gave him the solo lead.
With a further birdie here on 8, he seemed in full control early on. Before signing off his front nine with another gain for a brilliant 5 under par 31, leaving him at 14 under for the tournament.
The current Road to Majorca #1, Santiago Tario, was trying to spoil the party. Even though 4 shots back, he set the clubhouse score at 10 under par after an 8 under 63. And as Hidalgo turned onto his back nine, a bogey on 11 rocked the cool-looking Spaniard. A further bogey here on 15 took his lead down to only 1.
Meanwhile, ahead on 18, it was Max Schmidt who secured the status of highest placed German, finishing on 9 under par, a real crowd-pleasing performance. As others also started to drop shots coming in, Santiago watched his fellow countrymen stride up the last with a 2-shot lead.
And in dramatic fashion, the 23-year-old from Malaga rolled home this 12-footer for par to take home the title. Nemes finished tied second alongside Tario at 10 under par. And then with Schmidt, it was Arnoy Duplessis and Garcia Heredia in 4th spot. But it's Hidalgo high above the rest.
The winner is Mr. Angel Hidalgo from Spain!
Amazing, honestly amazing. I didn't expect that because I started here in the Alps Tour. I only have few wild cards for the Challenge Tour, and this is another level, so I'm so happy right now.
After the break, we join Frenchman Hugo Cousseau at a place close to his heart.
It seems like a very good hero.
And reflecting on a dramatic campaign to date, Angel Hidalgo.
Now I have the opportunity to take the main tour car, so obviously it's the goal.
Welcome back as the Challenge Tour circus moves on from Germany and heads 670 miles west to France, to one of the more picturesque settings in the schedule. On the agenda, the 22nd event of the year, the Hops Open de Provence. Providing the backdrop was Golf de Pont Royal, a Severiano Ballesteros designed layout. At just under 7,000 yards, this par 72 features some formidable challenges for the players. Danger lurks in the shape of both water and sand. With undulating terrain too, it all adds up to a physically and mentally draining test.
Before proceedings got underway, however, our most recent champion, Angel Hidalgo, dropped by to reflect on a whirlwind past week and indeed year.
I started in the Alps Tour. I don't have category in Challenge, so I started in the Alps Tour. I won twice this year, and the Spanish Federation gave me some wild cards to play in the Challenge, and I played good in Italy. I played good in Denmark, so for that I take good points. And when I play in England, I go take the flight to Malaga, and when I arrive in Malaga, the Challenge Tour sent me a message. They gave me a wild card for last week, and on Monday I take a flight and play in Germany. And in the moment when I saw Lucas Nemeth was trying to make his putt for birdie, I was a little bit scared because my chip not was easy. And honestly, when I saw he missed the putt, I thought I won the tournament, honestly. So I need to make 2 putts, and I make 1. So that moment was really cool. It's not too easy because when you don't know if you will play next week. So that's why this is my 12th week in a row, because all the time when the Challenge or Spanish Federation give you opportunity, you need to say yes, of course. Now I have the opportunity to take the main tour car, so obviously is the goal right now. To the first part of the year was take the Challenge Tour car, but right now the goals change, obviously. But the only good point is I can prepare early the weeks. My body will be ready to fight again because we have only 6 finals to finish the year, so yeah, we need to do the rest.
Back to the job in hand, and for the lowdown on the devilishly difficult Sevi creation that's ready and waiting for our contenders, we turn to one of the home hopefuls, hoping to shine here in France. Sitting at 25th in the rankings, a strong showing here could propel Frédéric Lacroix into the coveted top 20.
I had a couple of rough weeks, a few last tournaments, but it's getting back together, so yeah, it's nice to playing well. This course, it's a Ballesteros design, a bit tricky, a lot of trees, but yeah, if you get it in play, it's good, yeah. Staying away from bogeys on the tricky ones, like 7 and 8. Par 3s some of them are quite long, so yeah, you have to hit it good from the tee and and yeah, stay away from trouble.
Germany's Hurley Long comes into the week with lofty ambitions. At 14th in the rankings, a win would really cement his place in the top 20, and he's well aware of it.
Winning is the best part of playing. You know, it's what we practice for. It's the most exhilarating portion. I try to do my best. Obviously, I want to win, no doubt about it. But I try my best, and I'm not mad at myself if I've done that. And so that's the attitude, and it's the attitude I've had, and I'm going to have going forward. And I'm convinced that, you know, if I do the things I can do, that I will win again. So yeah, that's the plan.
Another man in form sitting at 12th in the Road to Majorca rankings, Hugo Leon, who knows that maintaining mental stability towards the latter part of the season is paramount to success.
I spent all of my time on the road, a lot of my time doing this. It not only has to be prepared to be as good as I can do it, it's got to be fun. This is my life. Like, it's not like I'm here doing something and my life is put away while I'm here. This is exactly where I want to be. This is exactly what I like to do. So it makes sense to me that it's as much fun and as much comfortable and as great as I can make it every time.
The tournament started with uncharacteristically treacherous weather on the first day. A thunder delay halting progress on the opening round, but things progressed nicely in the coming days. One of the home favourites was Hugo Cousseau, the imposing Frenchman showing his short game expertise with a remarkable roll on the second hole. This one of 3 birdies in the opening 3 holes to propel himself right into the top end of the leaderboard. Up there once again was Germany's Marcel Schneider. Heading down the 4th hole, the final group would be tied and the German would back up a birdie on the second with another here. He would occupy a tie for second heading into the final day.
But ending the day in some style was the Austrian Lukas Nemec. A fine approach to the par 5 14th saw him leave a very makeable eagle attempt, one that would really stamp his authority on the rest of the field. And he would duly convert it at the end of the day, taking a whopping 4-shot lead into Sunday. A look at the standings after round 3, and 2 Frenchmen in Brune and Cousseau lurk behind the dominant Nemec, who has his sights on a maiden Challenge Tour victory. A feature synonymous with France, and in particular the southern region, are its vineyards. We joined Hugo Cousseau, self-professed wine lover, for a look around one of Provence's premier wine producers.
We are in the La Berry vineyard, and yeah, it's quite lovely to come some place close to the golf course, like 20 minutes, and just trying and sip it out, like you said. And yeah, that's a nice place. Holidays are during like maybe on Wednesday or on Tuesday when I get the chance to have some nice place, some nice vineyard to try nearby the golf course. It's beautiful for me. It means a lot because my father was a farmer, so we always like this farm attitude in the family. And those beautiful views, you work all year long to get some wine at the end, some production from nature and from your work. For me it means something important. Playing quite solid since the first tournaments, having like good breaks and a little bit bad ones, but it was like kind of steady all year long. Just some putts, the difference is so thin between the first guys and the top 15, top 20, and the points the difference of the points is so big. So yeah, just like keeping doing the work and hoping for like good weeks at the end of the year. The golf course is a nice layout. It's good. Just have to get a good strategy, and it's. Well, I mean, a golf course like any other one, just need to do a good week, and at the end we see.
Well, we heard through the grapevine that there was a golf tournament to settle, and Cousseau would join the final group on Sunday, alongside compatriot Julien Brun and leader by 4, Lucas Nemes. The latter hoping to finally capitalise on a Saturday lead and take home the title. In a repeat of yesterday's round, Nemes would bogey the first to put himself under pressure from the start. His chip came up short to leave a testing par putt.
Closing the gap was Germany's Marcel Schneider. After an impressive approach, he too would repeat yesterday's efforts and birdie the first. Englishman Alfie took advantage of players falling away elsewhere to come through the field. Here at the 17th hole, he would stiff his approach and comfortably convert into birdie, his 7th of the day, to join a tie for the lead. Schneider and Plant would be the clubhouse leaders at 17 under. Nemec would rue a double bogey-bogey combination on the back 9. But birdies to finish on the final 2 holes meant that he'd held on to tie the lead and force a 3-man playoff. Plant, Schneider and Nemec back down the 18th hole to shoot out for the title.
After solid approaches from all 3, Schneider was up first with his birdie putt. It rolls agonisingly by, and he would be the first casualty of the playoff. Up next, Plant. 5 feet for it. And the Englishman is ice cold. Advantage Plant, with Nemes needing to hold his nerve to extend the action.
So it's heartbreak again for Nemec. Alfie Plant wins the Hops Open de Provence in sensational style and finally joins the winner's circle on the Challenge Tour. The final standings then, Cousseau briefly held the tournament lead after an eagle at the 14th before finishing the week as the highest placed Frenchman. But reigning supreme in Provence, Alfie Plant.
I felt like I was kind of out of it the front nine really, but I just kept saying, look, just keep playing your game, just try and nick a few birdies here and there, and you never know. So yeah, this has kind of put me at ease now. I can actually start looking at the top end of the leaderboard and top end of the rankings and see what happens by the end of the year.
Event 22 in the bag, and it really is hotting up now in the Road to Majorca rankings. Nordgaard Möller stays put at 20th spot. Germany's Yannick Paul creeps up 2 places to 16th. Lucas Nemes climbs further up the rankings into 11th after strong recent finishes. A good week from Julien Brun, he's up to 7th position. Ewan Ferguson sits just outside the podium places, Garcia Heredia comfortably occupying 3rd position. Ricardo Gouveia in 2nd after 2 wins this season. The same amount as our clear leader, Santiago Tario.
The long road to European Tour stardom continues, and with 22 events in the bag, the next stop is Royal Óbidos for the Open de Portugal at Royal Óbidos. See you next time as this fascinating season unfolds on the Challenge Tour.